Welcome back. We are cooking up something I call Mediterranean bowls today. So here is what you need. Pretty simple. We've got chicken, peppers, onion, cucumber, tomato, rice, Greek seasoning, garlic, and dressing, which I'll get to that a little bit later as kind of what I mean by that. But this is very easy to put together. Jory and I have been cooking this a lot lately, which is why I wanted to share it with the viewers today.
I was gonna say, a lot of times, you know, you're trying out you're experimenting with recipes here before you take them home.
But I'm sharing something random at home we made.
Actually, one that is a success. Did you guys kind of develop this, or is this another recipe you found?
No, we were a few weeks ago at home. We were trying to figure out what to do for dinner, and we just grabbed random stuff we had in the fridge, and we're like, let's just see how this works together.
I'm already impressed.
I did buy everything from Hy-Vee though, which is a great place to go and check out, and we'll get to some of the Hy-Vee specials too as well. So we're gonna start with, we went ahead and cut up our chicken ahead of time, just to save some time. And I went ahead and put the Greek seasoning on here as well. So we're just gonna throw that in there. And then as I do that, Hemi, if you will, here, I can do this.
Okay.
If you will start to cut up some of the peppers, because that's gonna go in here with the chicken. Now, we were saying this is like, I guess you could argue like a rice-based dish. You said you and your husband kind of like to do rice-based dishes at home as well, right?
We do. We like to do jasmine rice, and we do it in our Instant Pot, and it turns out like restaurant quality. Yeah, stir fries, Mexican food, anything. I mean, anything. Sometimes we'll have rice as a side.
Yeah.
I do like the instant pouches you got too, because they're so easy.
Yes, and that's the whole thing with Hy-Vee is like, for me, I am not good at cutting vegetables. This is something a lot of our viewers know. And so Hy-Vee just makes the process so extremely easy, which is nice. You just buy their shortcuts. Like today we'll be using the Hy-Vee onion shortcuts because I'm not trying to cry on air for all of you. So we're just gonna go ahead and knock that out. But doing rice-based dishes is just so easy, especially like bowls of any sort, because you can kind of just throw whatever you want in there that you think makes sense. Obviously, just have kind of like the right ingredients and right seasoning, but then you're good to go.
Yeah, burrito bowls, I feel like, are very versatile.
Yes.
And I do know, so sometimes when we do want a seasoned rice that we don't feel like we're capable of making, I do get cilantro lime rice packs a lot. And
which I like that as well,
give the reminder to vent the pouch before you microwave it, because I have had them explode on me.
Yes, and that's the other thing I was gonna say. We'll be microwaving a Hy-Vee pack of rice in a little bit, which you could make on the stove too as well. It's just whatever's easier. I just kind of like the minute to 90-second pouches myself. Just saves a little bit of time and it's a little bit less work in my opinion, so. All right, we're letting the cooked chicken kind of cook up.
It smells good. Whoops.
I'm gonna
lost some more pepper.
Snag these from you and just kind of toss them in.
I like the little sweet peppers too.
I love these. They're kind of like a newfound obsession of mine. One, I think you get more out of it, and two, you get so much usage out of it. You can cook with them. You could take them for like lunch. You can make them for snacks for yourself and the kids or whatever, or dips. Yeah, like there's so many good uses out of them. I've seen a lot of really good recipes on like TikTok and Pinterest and other online platforms where people will like cut these in half and make like kind of little, like, I don't even know, like cream cheese type things.
Yeah, that sounds
which I think are really cool.
We've also made a deconstructed stuffed pepper before, which is basically just your meat and your rice and anything you put in the pepper, but you chop up the peppers and throw it in there.
I love that.
Yeah, we have been trying to cook more at home, and we've been trying to make meals that will last and kind of meal prep in a sense.
Absolutely. Do one of these. Just gonna throw some of these in here. And
then whenever we don't feel like doing that, we do like the pre-made stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
At Hy-Vee.
Which is also a great option. They have plenty of options. Pizzas, Chinese, they've got enchiladas, yes.
Good stuff there. Also, like I know Super Bowl was a couple weeks ago now, but I had some buffalo dip that really got me on a buffalo dip kick.
I love buffalo, yes.
So I feel like that, like pre-made dips like that too.
And then as I mentioned, we're using a Greek seasoning, so we're just using Cavender's, but you can use whatever you like. This is just what I think is good. We're just gonna kind of keep using this throughout the dish.
I don't think I've ever cooked with Greek seasoning. I love Greek food.
It's one of my favorites. And the thing is, you can use it on whatever. Like we use it on chicken a lot. We use it on like sausage, you cook sausage. Trying to think, really any meats are good with it. A lot of people will do like seafood on it, or seafood with it, I guess, as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a very Mediterranean type dish. Whoops. Okay, when do you add the cucumber and the tomatoes?
So you're gonna do that after. You don't actually cook the tomato or the cucumber, you kind of just add that in once you're done. But if you wanna start chopping that up.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I've ever had, trying to think now, do you ever cook cucumber?
I don't know. I was kind of wondering that too. I'm like, I guess you technically could. It might be a little strange because typically served cold, but I will say the cucumber in it is actually one of my favorite things. I just think like
fresh.
yeah, it's fresh and it adds a little bit of flavor that's different than the rest of the dish, which I think is really nice. So, all right, well, we are gonna keep prepping this. In the break, we'll be continuing chopping the veggies, and then we'll also be making the rice in the microwave. So when we get back, we'll put it all together. So we'll be right back.